So today we're going to be talking about MCP servers, and specifically the MCP server that was created by the National Laboratory of the Rockies to be used with the OpenStudio application. So we'll search for it here. It's on GitHub. And it's NatLab Rockies / OpenStudio MCP. So what is an MCP? Well, it's kind of a newer thing. It has to do with AI agents, and it is a standardized way for AI agents to exchange information. And for this specific purpose, it's for the AI agent to understand what all of the commands and capabilities of OpenStudio are, so that the agent itself can execute those commands and modify your models. So if you're cloning an HVAC loop, or if you're injecting a thermal zone, or any of those functions that you do in the OpenStudio application, the AI agent can execute those. And in fact, the AI agent has even more capabilities, because the OpenStudio application, the graphical user interface, has only exposed a limited the basic needs of the OpenStudio and EnergyPlus software, whereas an AI agent would have the full capabilities of the OpenStudio software development kit, and it would have a full understanding, or more fuller understanding, of how to modify your model. And so the National Lab of the Rockies has developed this MCP server to exchange information with AI agents, and basically to teach the AI agents how to use OpenStudio. And so with that, you can basically tell the AI agent in plain English, or whatever your language happens to be, in plain language, what exactly you want the AI agent to do. And then the AI agent can ask you more questions, or if it's simple enough, then the AI agent will understand, and it will query the MCP server to find out what kind of data can be manipulated or changed to modify your model. So you could tell the agent, okay, I want to change these windows on the north side of the building to an R value of this, or a solar heat gain of this. So the AI agent can understand that. It can execute the commands for OpenStudio software development kit, and it can modify your OpenStudio model. So with that said, we are going to go through a tutorial on how to get set up with the OpenStudio MCP today. So I've created a tutorial. This is an MD file. I will put a link to that in the description below. And the idea is that you can go through this yourself, or you can also have your AI go through this with you, and it would help install the OpenStudio MCP. So that's what we're going to do today. So this video presupposes that you have already installed an AI onto your computer. I do go through that in one of my previous videos. I will also put a link to that in the description. And that video goes through the installation process for Claude CLI, so Claude Code. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and start Claude. So we're going to open up a command prompt. And we need to browse to our projects folder. This is a folder that we set up in my previous video. Yeah, one note about my previous video, so that there's a lot of extra unrelated stuff, but so I would just follow through the steps on that previous video for installing Claude Code. You don't have to continue to the additional steps. And I'll put a note in that description below. So let's open up that projects folder and let's instantiate Claude. I want to install and test out the OpenStudio MCP. Please guide me through this tutorial and then we're just going to paste the path to this tutorial. All right, and so Claude wants to log in. Sometimes that happens. Okay, so we're logged in. So Claude wants to check if we have WSL, Docker, Git, or a repo or MCP installed. So we'll just accept. All right. So most of this stuff is not installed. You may have some of these installed, most likely not, but it's entirely possible. So some of this you'll have to do by yourself. So we need to open up a command prompt separate from Claude. Let's do that. And let's see. Yeah, and you know what? We really need to open up a command prompt with administrator privileges. So let's just right-click on the Windows button and let's do Terminal Admin. Click yes. And this is PowerShell, but that's okay. Let's copy this and paste it into our PowerShell. Hit enter. And it's going to go through installing WSL. So WSL stands for Windows Subsystem for Linux, and it basically allows you to run Linux on a Windows computer. And the reason we need this is because the OpenStudio MCP uses Linux. And so in order for our Windows machine to talk to the OpenStudio MCP, it uses WSL as a interpreter or a bridge to allow that to happen. Okay, so that is good. We're just going to paste this output back to Claude. Okay, so it installed WSL, but Ubuntu was not set up. So first we need to reboot the machine. So let's go ahead and reboot it first. Okay, so we got booted back up. Let's open up Claude again and resume our session. It's going to be this one here. All right. So it says reboot the machine, and after it comes up, open up another command prompt and run this right here. So let's copy, right click, terminal admin, yes, paste. So we'll paste this back to Claude. All right, so it says that Ubuntu wasn't installed. So let's go ahead and copy this and install Ubuntu. Paste this back to Claude. Yeah, so this is one of the issues. So we will have to turn off a VPN if we already have a VPN. So it's not able to resolve this. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, so let's go ahead and try this again. All right, that works. So it's downloading Ubuntu now. And if it seems to get stuck, you can cancel and try again. Control C to cancel, and then let's try to do it again. All right, so it's installed successfully, and it just wants us to create an account and a password. All right, and we'll just say no for this for now. Excellent. So Ubuntu is installed. All right, so we will tell Claude that Ubuntu is installed. Just wants to verify. All right, so we've got WSL running. The next step is to install Docker Desktop. So Docker Desktop is like a sandbox that allows you to run programming code and AI agents, and you can test programs inside a safe area that doesn't. It's only allowed certain access to certain files, and it's contained within this box, this sandbox. So it's not able to get out into your computers. So that's what we're going to do here. We'll install this Docker. So we need to go to the website and download Docker Desktop. And for us, it's going to be Windows AMD 64. Okay, it's downloaded, and let's just go ahead and run it. And then the tutorial says to just go through the regular installation process, but we want to ensure that this use WSL2 instead of Hyper-V is checked. So we'll click this OK. All right, and of course, now that we've installed this new software, we need to close and restart. We're back and we restarted. So it's just going through the service agreement, and we're just going to hit accept. And we can just skip this stuff for now. And let's open Claude back up. Okay. So Docker is running. So Claude's going to verify the version. And these are, Claude's just going through some setup notes that I have in the tutorial. And then now Claude is going to clone the OpenStudio MCP repository. Click yes. So this is getting all of the latest information from the MCP repository. And now it's going to build the Docker image. So it's building the MCP inside the Docker that we just created. So click yes. Creating directories. Okay, so right now it's just building the MCP inside the Docker for us. So yeah, what's it doing? It's basically building this mini computer in our sandbox that we can use to modify our OpenStudio models in that safe environment. Okay, slight power failure here, so let's do this. Step is to restart Claude, because this session of Claude doesn't have doesn't know about, or it's not connected into the MCP yet. So let's exit out of this and re-enter. Okay. And then we'll type /MCP. And yeah, so it says the OpenStudio MCP is now connected. These are all the tools that the MCP has, that Claude has access to. All right, so hit escape, escape, escape. All right, so Claude's asking for the version. Great, so it's fully working, and now we can just jump in and start asking Claude to do something. So what we're going to do is something simple. I have an example model here, and I think what we'll do is just something simple. So like for instance, this gas heating coil here. So this will be maybe easier just doing it ourselves, but this is just a demonstration of Claude doing it for us. So we have this coil heating gas here, and I'm just going to ask Claude to change this to an electric heating coil instead. Let's see, we'll copy path. I have this model at this location. I want to change the coil heating gas 1 to an electric heating coil instead. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to let Claude run free with it. So right now we're on manual mode with Claude, and I'm just going to do Shift Tab until we get to automatic, and that will just turn Claude free, and he can just hammer away at it. So click yes, Shift Tab, Auto. All right. So Claude has successfully, well, we'll see if he's successfully done this, but it looks like he had to write a custom measure, a custom piece of code to replace that coil for us. So one of the things with OpenStudio MCP is that it has a lot of connectors that allow you to do these things, but it doesn't actually have methods to do some of this stuff, which is not a problem because AI is really good with creating custom programs to do this. And so AI can figure out how to make those connections work. So that's what Claude had to do here. I'll talk about this in some of my future videos as far as adding code base so that Claude has code snippets that he can use. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at what Claude did, and we'll see how it turned out. I'm going to have him overwrite this model for us. So let's go ahead and take a look at the model. And so we've got this gas heating coil here, and we asked him to replace it with an electric. So let's go to File, Revert to Saved, and that should open up the new model that Claude just overwrote. And yes, here it is. So he was successfully able to replace that gas coil with an electric heating coil. So this was just a simple example. And Claude can do a lot of this simple stuff or more complicated stuff. And I go into some of my other videos about writing custom measures, and AI agents are really good with writing code. And so that's probably what you'll end up using this for most of all, is to write custom programs to modify your model and then inspect the energy use and loads and simulating conditions. So that's it in a nutshell, installing OpenStudio MCP. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.